Hey YouTube, it's Mitch Katu. I'm going to be starting our edit challenge today. So first thing we do is we have our challenge folder in here. Which one do we want to start with? Here's Lacey's. Here's one of mine. I remember she's got that one done. That's one of my favorites that I've done. Which one should we start with? I'm going to start with this one of Pepper. So what do we know about this to start off with? Cat's eyes, the focus point is about right there, so that's our plane of focus, and it's really shallow, and I really like that. The expression is awesome, grabbing onto the camera straps. It's a little bit meta, like you're really aware that you're looking at a photo. You're really aware that I really like this photo because it's very apparent that it was taken with a camera. You can see the strap in the shot, you know? It's kind of meta that way. I love that. So, we'll go ahead and pull that into Photoshop. That's how long it takes to open that. Alright, so here's the shot. We have it open, so we're going to go ahead and copy this. Edited. So, and this is going to be original. How do I rename it? Yeah, whatever. So we have our edited version, and we'll have the original version that we can take a look at when we're done photoshopping this guy. So, the original image, I'm not so sure about the auto white balance setting that the camera chose. So we're going to play with the image color-wise first. So let's start off with red. Now we got this red strap that comes right across the image. It seems a little bit light to me. I want to bring up. Fuck, no, it's done. How should I start? So we'll start off by going into Camera Raw filter. So that way we can just kind of get the white balance how we want it. So it seems a little bit green to me. The camera shows a little bit of a green tone, and it's very cool. So I want to warm it up a little bit, just a touch. And is it green, or is it just my eyes playing tricks on me? I'd say, I guess it's about right. But do we want a little bit warmer? No, that's about where we want it. I'd really like more contrast, and it seems a little bit, the highlights are a little bit hot here. Let's bring those down a little bit. Right about there. Well, at -63, that just means we probably want to bring that up and bring the exposure down. That looks about right to my eye. Maybe a little bit more, and then bring the highlights back up a little bit. Oh no, let's bring that to an even 75, and you to an even 40. And looks. Let me play with the brightness on my screen. My old photography professor, Chris Walker, I went to college and took one of his classes, and he said you should always edit between 50% or 75% brightness. So we'll put it at 75. And that actually does look a little bit dark at that level. So we'll put it at 50. And view that as bright as it goes. Yeah, that's about where we're going to want it. Maybe a little bit more color to it. Just a little bit. Because right now I'm not trying to like adjust the aesthetic of the image. I'm just trying to get it as true to life as I can. So that maybe a looks, yeah, that looks good. And then how are our shadows? We always want to know where our black point is. So let's see. This goes to complete punch out black. Is there anywhere else that we need to crush our black a little bit more? Or do we want to bring it up more? Definitely not up more. So let's see. Alright. Maybe a little bit less. So right about there. So that way we can still see a lot of detail in these lighter blacks and grays, but we're not losing any details in some of the darker parts of the fur. Because I still want all the details in that hair. Good. There we go. I don't mess with blacks or whites. That generally starts getting a little bit too muddy. These two always just seem to make the image muddier. I never touch those ever. Just highlights and shadows and exposure. Contrast sometimes I do. Clarity sometimes I do. Let's see what sharpening this up a little bit does. Actually, yeah, that does. I like that better because I want these to be as crystal clear as possible, and this is a really shallow image. Like, the depth of field is incredibly shallow. The depth of field is really shallow here, so clarity will actually help us preserve some of the details that might have gone to bokeh that we want to keep, because I want to keep his entire face basically in focus. And that's about what we're looking at here. Do we want more contrast? No, we don't, because too much contrast and we lose some of the details and it just goes to black or goes to white. So yeah, I mean, I'll just leave it there. There's nothing wrong with it there. And Lacey used her 50mm, so that should not have any distortion on it. Where is that? Does that not? That might not be on this setting, but it might have a little bit of vignetting. We'll check that later. That looks pretty good to me. There's no excess noise, so we don't need to do anything with that. Maybe, do we want any extra sharpness? Because the image has a lot of bokeh, but no, that looks good to me. So that is what I would say is a good real-to-life edit. Not stylized, just to get, you know, past the auto white balance, past the camera's auto features. That's about what you would want. Just a base image before you posting to Facebook or making a quick print. Maybe I made it a little bit too warm, but I think that's gonna be what I keep, because it looks about right to me. So now what do we want to do? These eyes, his green eyes, I want more green. I want those to really pop. And there goes the water filter, which is going to ruin some of the audio. Awesome. I'm going to see if I can't close that door and get rid of that. Well, that's disappointing, because that's going to be loud as hell. I don't think there's a way to turn off the water either. Alright, so that means we're going to pause and wait for that to stop. See you in the next segment.